Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So on today's video we'll be talking about Siegmund. So basically Siegmund just got his skill renewed since he got a companion. So Siegmund usually are used as in the old meta are used as a warrior which can also tank because he deal more damage depending on his uh you can say his defense, but the skill are renewed and he does not need to use shield rune anymore. Alright, so um his new skill, which are pretty confusing for people at first, but let me explain it briefly so that you guys understand. So basically he has a bestowal called the Protective Crest, which lasted for 100 turns when the battle begins. So basically he consumed one Protective Crest when he received enemy normal attack. So when a unit hits him, if he has a Protective Crest um, charge, those charge will pop and he will receive the defined protections. So how to get the Protective Crest? You get the Protective Crest by having him attacking. So having him to attack um, as fast as possible is crucial because you need him to have the Protective Crest in order for him to tank. Um, and when hits, the defined protection effect comes in, the protective crest um, are removed. So basically, he used one crest charge when he is attacked, and the defined protection that he received is a guard type skill, which lasted for 2 turns, in the case that he does not receive any damage. So um, he also become immune to the buff skill type. So um, since this skill is a guard type, basically after discussing with my friends, they told me that the guard is a skill which get passed through by direct damage. So basically direct damage still pass through the defined protection. Alright, so um, basically for 100 turn, whenever he attacks, he will receive the quest charge, and when he is attacked with the quest charge in hand, he will get the defense protection. Unless you are hitting him with direct damage, he won't receive any damage. Okay, um, I'm not too sure about this, but you guys can try it by yourself. But I'm not sure whether the crash charge can be stacked. So for example, if you hit on the first turn and no one hits you back, on the second turn you hit, so basically you should have 2 protective crest. I'm not sure with these assumptions, but you can try it by yourself. I can't try it because I don't have Siegmund myself. Okay, so at plus 6, um, the crash charge, which usually lasted for 25 turn, now lasts for 35 turn. Um, it doesn't state that the crash charge can be stacked. So basically, um, when you hit, you have this crash charge buff, which only lasted for 25 turn or 35 turn depending on your skill plus. And when this skill charge expire, you will be affected by any type of damage. Okay, at plus 9, the guard defense protection are increased to 3 turns. Okay, at plus 10, an increase in attack tile. So basically Siegmund hits skip tile. So if there are units here, basically you hit skip. Okay, at plus 15, um, basically you will get one protective crest when the battle begins. So basically you have this skill which lasted for 45 turns now. So basically you can tank for 1 hit at the start of the battle, except for direct damage, of course. Okay, now his Sacred Blow skill are fixed additional damage. So basically the more current HP he has, the more HP he has, the more damage fixed additional damage he will deal. Fixed additional damage means that it passes through defense. So if you have Olivia units which are 100% defense, it basically will um, kill those units. Okay, plus 1 increase to 100%, plus 2 125%, plus 7 at 150%, plus 8 to 175%, and last plus 13 to 225, and lastly to 275. So basically he will deal a lot of damage depending on his current HP. So um, he will need a lot of he will need his full HP to deal more damage. Okay, basically at plus 3 he will get this boost defense. So um, basically he will have defense boost the less defense he has. So basically as you can see his stats, he only have 10% defense. So um, basically you will have 90% times 25% defense at plus 3, plus 4 to 35% multiplier, plus 45% multiplier at plus 5, plus 12 at 75% multiplier. So basically it is more ideal for you guys to not have him use any defense rune, because the lower defense you have here, the higher the multiplier will be in these brackets, and when times by 75% will yield more defense. So if possible, get him, you must not have him at very high amount of defense. Okay, lastly, his regeneration barrier, which reduce incoming damage while also healing his HP. um, you need this skill to heal his HP, because the more HP he has, the more damage, fixed additional damage he will deal. So for me, if I were using Siegmund, um, I would prioritize him with Vital Rune, because the more HP he has, the more um, tankier he gets, because Siegmund himself is a hybrid tank warrior. So I do think that he will be better with Vital Runes instead of Assault or Rage Runes. Okay, um, your runes will not affect Siegmund much, because the fixed additional damage is depending on his current HP. So it is better to have him being supported by units which regens his HP, such as Fenaka, or you can use Sela too. Oh, Sela doesn't regen HP for warriors. Um, I think warriors such as Soifitia, which heals him when he is being hit, also is a good supporter for him. Okay. Um, I do think the unique skill lies on his first skill, but since this first skill is a god type, he will not really tank Alec or False. So I do think if you already have a solid warrior such as False, um, also Alec, I don't think you will need to summon him. But if you plan on using him in, for example, War Arena, I do think that he will be very useful, because he himself can tank a lot of damage except for direct damage. Okay, so yeah, basically you will need him to be at plus 15 if you want him to have a protective crest before battle. If you have him below plus 15, I do think that it is crucial for you to have him hit someone first, so that he get the protective crest or the crest chance. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
お前はもう